Let's make your favorite chewing gums at home.
Most popular chewing gum today is made from plastic.
The same type of synthetic rubber you find in tires, industrial adhesives and sealants. We're gonna isolate the exact compound from this old tire, shred it, dissolve in industrial solvent, then react and precipitate it with sulfuric acid to get pure polyisobutylene pellet. Now, to make it nice and chewy, we're gonna need some engine lubricant. We're gonna run it through hexane and toluene solvent, then rapidly chill to create petroleum paraffin wax. Mix it with our polyisobutylene and resin plasticizers like glycerol ester of rosin, and when you see gum base on your chewing gum label, this is basically what it is. Now for our other ingredients, artificial sweetener, can be a processing aid, so just for good measure we're gonna add. Mix, shape them, and if you want the minty look, don't forget to add your favorite petroleum derived food dye. Send this to your friends who are addicted to gum and let me know.
Yeti stereo microphone. Now it's working. Okay. Alright. Well, at least we got it up into 1908. The Territorial Force, renamed Territorial Army in 1920, was formed as a volunteer reserve component of the British Army. 1910, Dumitru Dan, Romania, completed a 62,137 mile or 100,000 meter walk, or kilometer walk. Why does it say M? It's supposed to be km. Kilometer, I guess. Meter, kilometer? I don't know. It says primary source edited. 1918, United Kingdom, the Royal Air Force was created from the Royal Navy Air Service and the Royal Flying Corps. Yeah, created by the merger of the Royal Flying Corps and the Royal Navy Air Service. Image search this. Okay, I'm going to image search that. Let's see here. What else do we got? Image search, image search. Oh yeah, right here. So, the Royal Flying Corps. Open image in new tab. So, this is, you can't really read it that well, but if you want to pause it really quick, and sorry once again, well, I guess you didn't hear it the first time, but we have, yeah, stupid, leaf blowers going on out there. 1919, the influential Bauhaus School opened in Weimar, Germany, headed by architect Walter Gropius, teaching painting, sculpture, architecture, and design. Cool. 1922, in newly formed Northern Ireland, 6 Catholics were murdered in the Arnon street killings 1 week after 6 others were killed in the McMillan killings.
I did something about that not too long ago.
Do you care to elaborate? Like, what do you mean?
I
Like,
just can't remember. It was a few days ago, some killings.
like,
Same thing in Ireland, right?
are you talking about, like, on the History Show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You gotta let me know. Like, I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
Like, you know, like, do you read it in a newspaper? Do you see it
No,
on
no,
TV?
no, no,
do
no,
you
no.
see another video?
We
Like,
covered something in Northern Ireland.
okay.
Catholics being killed.
Well, there's always stuff happening in Ireland because Britain just will not let him go. 1924, Adolf Hitler was sentenced to 5 years labor for the beer hall putsch, but General Ludendorff acquitted. He spent only 9 months in jail. 24 as well, Crown took over Northern Rhodesia from British South Africa Company. And 24 as well, Imperial Airways formed in Britain. All right, what is that one? Oh, that's Canada. We're going to get that one. We're coming to that right now, actually. 24 as well, the Royal Canadian Air Force was formed, officially formed. So there you go, the Royal Canadian Air Force.
That doesn't look serious. I'm sorry. Something about it looks like a toy. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Well, first off, it says Royal Canadian Air Force.
Yeah.
You know, so they didn't, you know, and then these aren't centered. And then you have the eagle looking off to the side, looking like he's in shock, like
Yeah, I
look,
see it.
his face is like ah.
It
Weird.
looks like a toy train coming at me or something.
A little
I'm
trinket,
sorry.
yeah. 25, the first transition of Danish state radio started the state broadcasting service. 25 as well, Hebrew University, Jerusalem was dedicated. See May 9th, 1925. I guess that's old style. So it was formally inaugurated. 1 century ago, 1926, Montreal Maroons' Clint Benedict became the first NHL goalie to record 3 straight playoff shutouts and a 3-0 win against the visiting Victoria Cougars in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Championship Series. 365 days later, in 1927, the first automatic record changer introduced by his master's voice, or by the Victor Talking Machine Company. So we have a little discrepancy there.
Victor.
Yeah. It's
That was a very well-known brand at one time.
Yeah.
Victor something.
Victor, I don't know. It's
don't know.
telling me to image search this.
Maybe I'm thinking of Victrola or something.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Maybe Victorville?
That's a place.
You are correct. Oh. And this is an image of an automatic record changer. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like we all know these from jukeboxes and everything. But before this, like, you know, when
You
you...
used to have one as a kid. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I didn't as a kid.
No.
So. Let's see here. 1928, Chiang Kai-shek's Nationalist Army crossed into the Yangtze River. All right, and that's when they're fighting the commies.
Yeah.
29, Louis Marx introduced the yo-yo, or his version of the yo-yo.
Ah.
Now, this is obviously way before that, so I think that, like, he, like, expanded upon it. Because this looks really old. This clothing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so this is not 1929 clothing. So actually, I'm gonna look this up. Yo. Let's just see. Well, this is the earliest article. There's only 2 yo-yo articles, huh? That's interesting. Anyway, in 1930, Chicago Cubs catcher Leo Hartnett broke the altitude record for a catch by gloving a baseball dropped from the Goodyear blimp 800 feet over Los Angeles, California. Wow. Like, remember we covered that one article where somebody was going to catch a baseball from a flying plane, but he dropped, like, a papaya instead or something stupid? Or a pineapple or something?
I don't remember.
Let's see, hold on a second. Well, I'm not going to find it.
Nah.
1931, the earthquake devastated Managua, Nicaragua, killing more than 2,000 people and displacing 45,000 others.
Oh,
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. 31, Jackie Mitchell became the second female after Lizzie Arlington from 1898, so it took 33 years for this, in organized baseball when she signed with the Chattanooga Lookouts Baseball Club.
Ah, okay.
There's no crying in baseball. 1933, England cricket batsman Wally Heyman smashed 34 fours, 10 sixes in a test record unbeaten 336 in the drawn second test against New Zealand in Auckland. Whatever the hell that means.
Who can tell me what that means?
I
Please,
know me.
step up and just explain it.
it just sounds important, you know? Like, I don't know what it means.
Sounds like googly gop.
Well, it does, but, you know, significant googly up. Heinrich Himmler became police commander of Germany. Yep, Nazi Heinrich Himmler in 1933. We also have Nazi Germany began persecution of Jews by boycotting Jewish businesses. Now, you know, I want to have everybody really think, does this sound familiar in any capacity in today's world? The recently elected Nazis under Julius Streicher organized a one-day boycott of all Jewish-owned businesses in Germany, ushering in a series of anti-Jewish acts. It's cancel culture. Like, if you do or say anything, like, on social media that anybody doesn't like, they start, you know, oh, boycott this, boycott that.
Good point.
That's why I say I know exactly what it feels like to be a Jew in 1930s Germany as a straight, white, conservative, affiliated, unvaccinated, you know, Christian-adjacent male living in California. Now, granted, I'm not in a concentration camp yet, but this, you know, the Holocaust didn't happen overnight. It took 10-some-odd years, and we're in year 7, you know? So, 35, the first radio tube made of metal, I skipped over that one, but we'll get that one. The first radio tube made of metal was announced in Schenectady, New York. So I have here we go for the radio. So the little tubes and all that stuff. Now, right before that, though, we have Clyde Barrow killed 2 young highway patrolmen, H.D. Murphy and Edward Bryant Wheeler, at the intersection of Route 114 near Grapevine, Texas. Bonnie Parker's role in the murders helped turn public perception against the gang for good. So yeah, people used to love these. They were, you know, they were of course outlaws, but they did a couple of good things. I'm not sure exactly which outlaw it was. I think Jesse James or whatever. But some of these outlaws, when they robbed banks and everything, they actually destroyed people's debt records. So that, you know, they did a little bit of good. So people love that. So, but as soon as you start killing cops, you know.
Well, you can go back to the lore of Robin Hood too.
Yeah. Which, you know, like there's a slight of a paradox. If you rob from the rich to give to the poor, then wouldn't that make the poor rich and the rich poor? So now you have to rob from the poor to give back to the rich. You know, like if that's your MO, then at least you always have work. So, 1935, India's central banking institution, the Reserve Banking of India, was formed. Sounds like Rothschilds. 36, Charles Lucky Luciano was arrested in Arkansas on a criminal warrant from New York. We also have Orissa constituted a province, or a province of British India. Okay, so it was officially constituted as a separate province, so like another county or whatever. 37, Aden became a British Crown colony. The Royal New Zealand Air Force was formed as an independent service as well. 1938, Nescafe introduced their flagship brand in Switzerland. 39, U.S. recognized Francisco Franco's government in Spain at the end of the Spanish Civil War. Pope Pius XII congratulated Generalissimo Franco's victory in Spain. Wow. He was awful. Francisco Franco, like he was a fascist.
Yeah.
Like, you know, why are we supporting him? Why is the Pope supporting him? Then again, if you look around at how things are today, it makes perfect sense. You know, like all of this is a giant stage act. 1940, Filipino President Quezon officially authorized the printing and publication of the grammar and dictionary prepared by the Institute of the National Language. 41, Nazis forbade Jews access to cafes. 1941 as well, pro-German Rashid Ali al-Ghali grabbed power in Iraq, overthrowing a pro-British regime there. We also have the blockade runner badge for German Kriegsmarine was instituted, and I really wanted to add this into the thumbnail, but it unfortunately had a symbol that's not good, so I did not ultimately want it on the thumbnail. It would be very small, but you can see the swastika right here. But this is aside from the swastika, this is a cool looking badge.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that is quite except for.
Yeah. So, but like this is for blockade runners, which you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
You remember that from the Tantive 4?
The what?
The Tantive 4 from Star Wars?
I don't remember all that stuff.
Well, that's what the ship was called. Like the opening scene with the ships coming over.
Oh, yeah.
That small ship, it's a blockade runner. They're running the blockade.
Yeah.
41, U.S. Navy took over Treasure Island in San Francisco Bay. I think they still own it. We also have Fatiana Alba massacre. Between 200 and 2,000 Romanian civilians were killed by Soviet border troops.
Jeez.
That's a huge discrepancy.
Jeez.
1-0 or 1,800 people, like difference right there. 42, Mexico changed from using 3 time zones to 2. And I'm looking at
How
this.
can you change?
I don't know, but this one has 4. So, I don't know. So it's weird. Baja California and then Baja California Sur are in 2 different time zones. You see that? And then all the way over here you have Eastern on this one little thing. But most of Mexico is in Central, according to this. Oh.
Well, according to that, the green is all one, even though it's divided. It's still in the same time zone. But
Well, yeah.
that's weird because time zones don't go east and west. I mean, north and south. They go east and west.
Well, yeah. What are you talking about, north and south?
Well, Baja, and then right below it is Baja California.
Baja California and Baja California Sur. They're like different counties.
I understand
but
that.
the time zones don't go across the Earth in one straight line.
No,
They're very jagged. So this is an example. I mean, let me show you like some really time zone map. No, let me show you some really crazy stuff right here. So let's see here. Trying to find like right here. Like look at how deep this goes into it.
Yeah, but that's all political stuff.
Well, it's also
they'll keep a state together if you're in the United States or whatever.
Okay, not necessarily, because it's also the curvature of the Earth. Like, this is not a flat plane, this is rounded. So like that like on the flat plane it looks all jagged, but all rounded it'll be a lot smoother.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Anyway, we gotta keep on going here. 1943, Jan Dieters, Dutch politician, resistance fighter, and a leading member of the Communist Party of the Netherlands, was arrested by the Nazis. I don't know which side to root for at that point. Like, they're both awful. So, 44, World War II, navigation errors led to an accidental U.S. bombing of the Swiss city of Schaffhausen. Yeah, it happened, that happens all the time. The fog of war. 1945, Battle of Okinawa. U.S. ground forces invaded Okinawa during World War II in the largest amphibious assault on the Pacific Theater, or of the Pacific Theater. Attacked the 32nd Japanese Army on Okinawa.
Had them on the run, that's for sure.
Yep. 45 as well. Canadian troops freed the Dutch cities of Doetinchem, Inschinin, Borculo, and Eibergen. All right. 45, during World War II, the Ruhr pocket of German forces are encircled by the U.S. 9th Army and U.S. 1st Army, eventually leading to the capture of 317,000 German troops. What a hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Loons time! 1946, 400,000 U.S. mine workers went on strike. Why, though?
Sounds like they were mindless to me.
Ha! 46 as well, the Malayan Union was formed as a federation of the Malay states in the Straits settlements of Penang and Malacca, which led to the establishment of the Federation of Malaya 2 years later. Huh. Tsunamis generated by an earthquake in Aleutian Trench strike Hilo, Hawaii. It was an 8.6 MW Aleutian Islands earthquake. Maximum Mercalli intensity of 6, which is strong. A destructive tsunami reached the Hawaiian Islands, resulting in dozens of deaths, mostly in Hilo, in Hawaii. 47, Shin Takamijia, New Treasure Island by Osamu Tezuka was published, the first manga cartoon in Tenkoban form. I'm going to look that up here really quick. I don't want Rumble, I want Nicosia. What is that? Oh, this is Okinawa. So check that out.
Look at that shot.
Yeah, that's obviously they're not fighting right there. This is long after landings and everything, but they're putting all the supplies over here.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's so dark.
Yeah.
It's just really a powerful picture.
Yeah, and all the ships in the horizon and everything. So, but I'm going to image search this here because I want to see what this manga looked like. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Astro Boy. Okay, I see. What else do we got here? 1947, the first Jewish immigrants left for Israel, disembarking at Port of Eilat. And it begins. The only mutiny in the history of the Royal New Zealand Navy began. In 1948, the Big Bang Theory was proposed in scientific journal Physical Review by U.S. cosmologists Ralph Alpher, Hans Bethe, and George Gamow. So I need to image search this as well, so I'm going to do that. There we go. Images. Oh, here we go. So, Physical Review was published, formerly titled The Origin of Chemical Elements. The paper argued that the Big Bang would create hydrogen, helium, and heavier elements in the correct proportions to explain their abundance in the early universe. So it has to come from somewhere. I mean, if matter cannot be created nor destroyed, then where did it come from? So, 48, Faroe Islands received autonomy from Denmark. All right. And during the Cold War, communist forces responded to the introduction of the Deutschmark by attempting to force the Western powers to withdraw from Berlin. 1949, Chinese Civil War. The Chinese Communist Party held unsuccessful peace talks with the Nationalist Party in Beijing after 3 years of fighting. And the government of Canada repealed Japanese-Canadian internment after 7 years. Wow. They're doing it well after the end of... Why? Well, probably because they were worried that Japan was going to do something again. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of examples of Japanese people's, during the war, the soldiers and everything surrendering, only to pull a grenade out and kill a couple other, U.S. soldiers on their way out. So, if that was their attitude, it's disgusting, but I can't blame Canada for doing this. So, 1954, the first Dutch motorway, Amsterdam-Utrecht, opened. So, open to traffic. 1954 as well, first U.S. Army helicopter battalion forms at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And then the Detroit Red Wings right wing Gordie Howe scored 2 goals and an assist, setting a Stanley Cup playoff record for fastest goal from the start of game at 9 seconds in a 4-3 2 overtime win over Toronto in Game 5 of the semifinals.
Wow.
1954, U.S. Air Force Academy was established. U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower authorized the creation of the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And I know that from the Red Alert series. 55, armed military action taken against bureaucratic strike in Amsterdam. That does not sound good. 56, violent clashes in Algeria killed at least 380. 57, the world's biggest glass oven was used. And I'd like to look that up, but we're at 43 minutes here, and I'm only in the 1950s, so I gotta hustle. 57, BBC aired a 3-minute April Fool's Day hoax featuring spaghetti growing trees in Switzerland. This is an actual image, yeah.
Oh,
it's they put spaghetti in it. What a waste of food.
Yeah.
So, once again, I really disdain April Fools. In 1960, the first weather satellite was launched, the Trios 1. It transmitted the first television picture from space.
Ah.
I gotta look that up here really quick, actually. So,
1960?
1960, yeah. Now, I know that we will be going over our hour, so if the loon wants to leave at the hour, that's fine. We're probably going to be in the 70s by then. Well, probably not. Probably farther, but I think this is the image right here. From space. So, yeah, the first aerial images of the Earth from space were taken by TRIOS 1, Television Infrared Observation Satellite. Oh, that's what TIROS stands for. It was launched in the 1960s to find out if it was possible to watch cloud cover and weather patterns from space. Although it was an experimental satellite, TIROS images were immediately put to use by meteorologists. Talk about success.
Yeah.
So, 1960s as well, census determined the resident population of the United States to be 179,245,000 people. And I'm surprised that our source isn't singling out the black, population as they usually always do for some reason. 1960, U Nu was elected premier of Burma for the 3rd time. Well, that makes sense. He was the first prime minister of Burma, so you'd want to keep him in there.
Or he twisted a lot of arms, one of the two.
Yep. And we already got this TIROS 1 thing there, so. 1963, U.S. television soap opera premiered General Hospital and Doctors, ABC and NBC, respectively.
Jeez.
Yep. Jeez.
I said, oh, geez, 1963. That goes way back.
Yeah, it does. We also have New York City's newspapers resume publishing after a 114th day strike. 1964, 10 degrees Fahrenheit was the lowest temperature ever recorded in Cleveland in April. That's cold. 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah. 64 as well, John Lennon was reunited with his father, Freddie, 17 years after being abandoned at age 5. Why would you even want to see him again? I mean...
I don't know.
He abandoned your ass. Screw him. 1964 as well, the British Admiralty, War Office, and Air Ministry were replaced by Unified Defence Council of the United Kingdom. 65, South Africa's Workers' Union leader Henry Fazzi was sentenced to 10 years. He was actually sentenced to 20 years in prison, according to our other source, or our primary source edited it, later reduced to 12 years. So no matter what, there's a huge discrepancy. This is from the same source. Was it 20 years, 10 years, 12 years? What is it? So, 65 as well, Synacom 3, the first geosynchronous communications satellite passed from civilian to military control. That's cool. Mm-hmm. The first World Festival of Black Arts was held in Dakar, Senegal. That sounds cool. 66, Loyalists led, unless it's magic. If it's the dark arts, we don't want anything to do with that. You know,
No.
like it's freaking Avada Kedavra, whatever that is. 66, Loyalists led by Ian Paisling, a Protestant fundamentalist preacher, funded the Ulster Constitution Defense Committee to challenge the civil rights movement. When it set up a paramilitary style wing called the Ulster Protestant Volunteers. That sounds scary there. 1967, the first British ombudsman, Sir Edward Compton, began work. What's an ombudsman?
No idea.
Neither do I, so I'm going to look this up here really quick. Ombudsman is a government official who investigates and tries to resolve complaints, usually through recommendations or mediation. Huh. Okay. So I'm going to add that to the underbar section. Keep an eye out for this. These links will be down there after the live stream, of course. So, moving on up, what else do we got here? 1967, the United States Department of Transportation began operation. We need to afuela that. 1969, the Royal Canadian Mint formally formed as a Crown Corporation. Sounds like Rothschilds to me. 69 as well, Seattle Pilots trade little-known minor league outfielder Lou Piniella to the Kansas City Royals for 2 prospects. Hit .282 with 11 home runs and 68 RBI to win AL Rookie of the Year, becoming leading MLB manager. Wow.
See, that bugs me. Here we are back to the Seattle Pilots. I never heard of them.
Ah,
Yeah, and I thought I was a baseball enthusiast, but apparently not.
apparently not. So, but isn't that interesting? He went from little known to a huge manager.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know where your life's going to go. You just got to put in the work. 1969 as well, the Hawker Siddeley Harrier, the vertical takeoff fighter, entered service with the RAF. Vertical short takeoff and landing capabilities. So, the Harrier, We spoke about that the other day. You mentioned that we saw one of those near Camp Pendleton.
Yes.
1970, federal bankruptcy referee Sidney Volin declared MLB Seattle Pilots bankrupt. Car dealer Bud Selig bought franchise for $10.8 million and moved the club to Milwaukee as the Brewers. So there you go.
No, we talked about that move yesterday or the day before, whenever. Yeah. So they're just there for a short period of time, I guess.
Did we talk about the semantics of it, though? Like how they were declared bankrupt and bought out by... okay.
They just said that they moved it. He moved him.
1970, John Lennon and Yoko Ono released a hoax. They are having dual sex change operations.
Hoax,
Okay.
you mean?
A hoax. Yeah, that's what I said, a hoax. 70 as well, serious riots continued in the Ballymurphy estate in Belfast between Catholic residents and the British Army. Then we have U.S. President Richard Nixon, I am not a crook, signing a bill limiting cigarette advertisements from January 1st, 1971. Signed the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act into law. 1971, United Kingdom lifted all restrictions on gold ownership with the Exchange Control Order. U.S. and Canada launched ISIS-2 to study the ionosphere in the International Satellite for Ionospheric Studies, ISIS-2. I wonder what happened to the first one. Bangladesh Liberation War, the Pakistani army massacred more than 1,000 people in Karanyanjing, Upazila, Bangladesh. Yikes. 1972, 30,000 people attended Mar-e-Sol rock concert, Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. All right. It was a soul pop festival in Manatee, Puerto Rico. 72 as well, Major League players staged first ever collective strike. The play resumed in, I guess, April 13th, when the owners and players agreed to $500,000 increase in pension fund payments. So 4/13, 19. So let me fix that right there. For some reason, the British always have to do everything wrong. 1973, the Boston Celtics captain John Havlicek scored career-high 54 points in 134 to 109 rounds of Atlanta Hawks in Game 1 of the first-round Eastern Conference playoffs. hit NBA playoff record 24 of 36 field goal attempts.
John Havlicek.
Ah, all right. 73 as well. Despite a final round 5-3 loss to Montreal, Boston Bruins center Phil Esposito won his third consecutive NHL scoring title with 130 points from 55 goals and 75 assists in the 78-game season. Japan allowed their citizens to own gold privately, private citizens as well. John Lennon and Yoko, these people again, formed a new country with no laws or boundaries called Natopia. Its national anthem is Silence. All right.
The country, where is it?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, I think it's
formed squad.
Yeah. I think that might have been another April Fool's. So, because it's
Yeah, probably so.
I mean, they did it before, with the sex change thing. 73, OPEC increased price of petroleum by 5.7%. That seems pretty high there. Project Tiger, a tiger conservation project, was launched in the Jim Corbett National Park in India. I would presume that it's a tiger conservation project called Project Tiger. 74, Ayatollah Khomeini called for an Islamic Republic in Iran. And he got one. And isn't he the one that we killed? Is that the same guy?
He was the
original.
The original.
Okay.
They got his successor.
In England, in 1974, Local Government Act of 1972 redrew the administrative map and created 6 new metropolitan and non-metropolitan counties. Newport and Monmouthshire were transferred from England to Wales. All right. 74, Agranat Commission published report concerning the Yom Kippur War. And 76, Helter Skelter, detailing Charles Manson's cult family, their capture, trial, and conviction and aftermath premiered on CBS. So this is a documentary on that called Helter Skelter. Yeah. Not to be confused with the Helter Skelter of the actual song and everything. Why did I get a ping here? Anyway, what else do we got here? 1976, Conrail took over operations from 6 bankrupt railroads in the northeastern U.S. All right. 76, Jovian-Plutonian gravitational effect was first reported by the astronomer Patrick Moore. I gotta look that up here really quick. Jovian-Plutonian. See here. The gravitational effect. Oh, it was a hoax phenomenon broadcast on BBC Radio.
Wow. A bunch of hoax.
Wow. This is why I hate this fucking holiday. We gotta stop with the April Fool's crap. It's causing chaos.
Put a hoax on there. At least put it under it.
Yeah, okay. Hoax. Hoax, question mark. I'm going to put that there in all caps. So, and I'm going to add this to this one here as well. Look, there we go, just a link. 1976, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs founded Apple Computer in the garage of Jobs' parents' house in Cupertino, California. There's a whole thing out there, that all these people like, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and all, they're all given military technology for free, and this whole thing about them creating, like, what's his face, Jeff Bezos and everything. Let me show you something. Jeff Bezos, like, all of these, people who created something out of nothing. Like, remember Jeff Bezos? Like, he started off online. He started from scratch and everything. Jeff Bezos.
No, I know.
I want to show you something here. The famous image, Jeff Bezos' desk. The very image that you have. I'm trying to find it here.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm trying to see. No, this is it's blurry. It shows the number 33 on his desk. As in a 33 degree, here we go, Freemason. I think this is it right here, if it loads. Come on. Open images, new tab. Right here. Now you can see, it says 33. Right there. As in 33 degree Freemasonry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And everything. But it doesn't say it on the other, so it's not a design. This is put here. So, the whole Amazon thing, Jeff Bezos, all that stuff, it's all part of a lie. Like, to make you think that you have a chance, when in reality, all it's doing is getting you to be willing to work for next to nothing for their profit. It's a whole thing. So, I would just suggest people go and look into that. 1977, attempt for Muslim state in Chad failed. Thank goodness. Gene Shepard, U.S. humorist and storyteller, ended long-running radio program on WRAM in New York City after more than 22 years. Wow. 78, the last episode of the Bob Newhart Show sitcom, The Chicago One, aired on CBS TV.
Yeah.
And 78 as well, New York Islanders right wing Mike Bossy became the first NHL rookie to score 50 goals in the season after scoring number 50 and 51 in the closing moments in a 3-2 win over Washington. 79, Iran proclaimed an Islamic Republic following the fall of the Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. They became an Islamic Republic by a 99% vote, officially overthrowing the Shah. 79 as well, Warner Cable launched. I'm not even going to read this. The channel I used to watch all the time.
Okay.
A basic cable channel featuring programming focused on children and teenagers. Now, once again, look into the system, and I want to say, do not take what I have to say as gospel. Use what I say as a stepping stone on your own path of self-education. But this was a way to target children, to make them godless. This word, translated into Latin, means I don't care about God, and they're getting kids to chant it, so they're trying to there's a lot of evil stuff going out there, guys, is all I'm saying. So just look into things. 81, CNN aired a videotape that showed the Tamara Rand predicted that Reagan was in danger from someone named Jack Humley. This was another hoax. So this, stop with the hoaxes. This could get the Secret Service, all hot and bothered and everything. So, 81, saving time or daylight saving time was introduced in the USSR, and CBS TV special Country Comes Home included final television appearance of songwriter Hoagie Carmichael in a duet segment with country star Crystal Gale. 81, Edmonton center Wayne Gretzky had an assist, his 103rd in the Oilers' 4-4 tie with Colorado Rockies, to break Bobby Orr's 10-year mark for most assists in a single NHL season. 1982, Anguilla, dependent territory of UK, adopted the Constitution. Their Constitution order came into effect. 82 as well, U.S. formally transferred the Canal Zone to Panama. They formally transferred policing and judicial responsibilities of the Canal Zone to Panama. But I think we still own the water. The actual water is U.S. territory, but the land is Panama's. I believe. I don't know. I think. 1983, anti-nuclear demonstrators linked arms in a 14-mile human chain in England. That's a show of force right there. Iraq increased missile strikes on Iran. All right. 1984, we have the 14th Easter Seal Telethon, raising $24,600,000.
Easter Seal.
Yeah. 8 men recorded longest distance rode in 24 hours, it being 14 miles. I wonder if that has since been broken. That's something for David Rush to attempt, but he needs a team, though. 84, singer Marvin Gaye was shot to death by his father in his home in Arlington Heights, Los Angeles, California.
I didn't realize that.
Why? It's horrible.
Family dispute.
Yeah, but to shoot somebody?
Well, that happened to that actor just recently. His son killed him. And his mom. Killed his mom and dad.
Enlighten me.
I can't think of his name.
The actor, recently?
Yes. Yes, he's an older guy. He's been around forever. I almost have his name. Oh.
What was he in? Do you know anything? Can you give me a clue?
Yeah, he did a sitcom way back in the day. Can't think of the name of that either.
Well, while you're thinking, we're going to keep on going here. 1986, world oil prices dipped below $10 a barrel. The first price fall since 1977. Wow. 86, Communist Party of Nepal, Mashal cadres attacked a number of police stations in Kathmandu, seeking to incite a popular rebellion. Ayo's time! Hey! Now everything here I've lived through. 89, this is 2 years, so I'd be 2 years and change by now. A. Bartlett Giamatti replaced Peter Ueberroth as 7th Commissioner of Major League Baseball. Died suddenly of a heart attack 5 months later. Margaret Thatcher's new local government tax, the community charge, commonly known as a poll tax, was introduced in Scotland. Frickin' British and their taxes.
I'm going to let you run this through.
All right.
I just wanted to get up to your time.
All right. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, why don't you go downstairs and pop it on downstairs,
Okay, I got to get a shower first.
Oh, okay. 1990, Ha! Comedy Channel on cable TV began transmitting, and it also became illegal in Salem, Oregon to be within 2 feet of nude dancers. Okay, I don't think I'll ever, like, freaking get that close to anybody naked.
Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner
was the actor.
Oh, what? And he shot his parents?
No, the kid. One of his kids shot him
Oh.
and his wife or his mother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was like 9 months ago.
Yeah, this sounds familiar now that you're saying that. So, 1991, Iran released British hostage Roger Cooper after 5 years in prison in Tehran. 1991 as well, U.S. minimum wage went from $3.80 to $4.25 per hour. U.S. Supreme Court ruled jurors cannot be barred from serving due to race. The Warsaw Pact officially dissolved as well, although we covered that yesterday. 1992, the battleship USS Missouri, on which the Japanese surrender took place, was decommissioned, and we covered that yesterday as well. And I'm not sure why they didn't mention that. You know, this part, the Japanese surrender section, that's a huge historical thing there. 92, NHL players began the first strike in 75-year history. 10-day action earned large payoff bonus increase, more control over licensing of their likenesses, and changes to free agency system. 92, rocker Billy Idol was fined $2,000 for hitting a woman. We also have the world's 7 wealthiest nations agreed on a $24 billion aid for the former USSR, the G7 there. 92 as well. Dancing with Myself. Singer Billy Idol at the age of 36 was sentenced to 2 years probation in order to pay $2,700 fine for punching a woman in the... Didn't we just cover that? Yeah. Yeah, so punching a woman in the face in the 1991 Beverly Hills, California. He was also ordered to undergo therapy and prepare a 1-minute public service announcement about the effects of drugs and alcohol. So this wasn't removed from primary source, it was just altered. So let me add that into there as well. Whoa, don't want to, destroy all that. Hold up a second. Okay. So what else do we got here? 1993, reigning NASCAR Winston Cup champion Alan Kulwicki perished in a private plane crash en route to Bristol for the Food City 500. Plane crash near Tri-Cities Regional Airport in Bloomingtonville, Tennessee. 95, Blackburn Rovers striker Chris Sutton scored the fastest goal in English Premier League history when he netted after 12.94 seconds in 2-1 win at Everton. Netted being scored. So netted, scored, made a goal. Weird word. I've never heard that term before. 95 as well, New York Islanders retired Swedish right-wing Bobby Nystrom's uniform number 23. 96, veteran U.S. MLB umpire John McSherry died of a heart attack while umpiring on opening day at the Cincinnati Reds' Riverfront Stadium. He was 51 years old. May you rest in peace. 97, 69-year-old Gordie Howe began playing an AHL game with Syracuse Crunch. Comet Haley bought perihelion at 0.914 astronomical units. Seen passing at perihelion. 97, Shell Oil confirmed it will declare force majeure as its Nigerian Bonny terminal due to local protests which disrupted 210 million barrels per day of the company's oil production. 99, Nunavut was established as a Canadian territory carved out of the eastern part of the Northwest Territories. Then the year 2000, Michael Kwan pushed through all 7 triple jumps at the Palais des Expositions in Nice, France, to become the first U.S. citizen since Peggy Fleming to win 3 world figure skating titles. When was Peggy Fleming? What year? 2001, former president of Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, Slobodan Milosevic, surrendered to police special forces to be tried on charges of war crimes. Yep. 2001 as well, the Netherlands became the first country in the world to make homosexual marriage legal. All right. We also have an EP-3A, pardon me, an EP-3E, United States Navy surveillance aircraft collided with a Chinese People's Liberation Army Shenyang J-8 fighter jet. The Chinese pilot ejected but was subsequently lost. The Navy crew made an emergency landing in Hainan, China, and was detained. 2002, the Netherlands legalized euthanasia, becoming the first nation in the world to do so. 2004, Google introduced Gmail. The launch was met with skepticism on account of the launch date. Oh yeah, April 1st. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a fake thing too when that first happened. Their email service. 2006, a serious organized crime agency dubbed the British FBI was created in the United Kingdom. The SOCA of the government of the United Kingdom was enforced, but later merged in the National Crime Agency on October 7th, 2013. So October 7th. Why do the British keep putting the numbers in the wrong areas? 2007, U.S. super swimmer Michael Phelps smashed his own world record in the 400-meter individual medley, 4 minutes, 6.22 seconds, to win his record 7th gold medal in the World Championships in Melbourne, Australia. I'm trying to make 7 here. Wait, that's 8. That's 7. Okay, I don't know how to finger count. 2008, New York Yankees set a Major League Baseball record by winning their 11th straight home opener, 3-2 against Toronto Blue Jays. 2009, Croatia and Albania joined NATO. 2011, after protests against the burning of the Quran turned violent, a mob attacked a United Nations compound in Mazar-e-Sharif, Afghanistan, and killed 13 people, including 8 foreign workers. And other sources state 14 deaths, including 7 United Nations workers. 2011, Alan Rickman's last performance in Seminar on Broadway. May you rest in peace, Alan Rickman. 2013, the world's first smelling TV screen was unveiled in Japan. Smell-o-vision? I'm going to look that up here really quick. So, come on. Click on that. There you go. Smelling screen. Yeah, this is a real thing. So, the smell-o-vision. Let's add this smell-o-vision. Now, if you want to know more about smell-o-vision, please check the underbar in the description below. Those links will be there after the live stream. 2014, NATO suspended all practical civilian and military cooperation with Russia. Sounds about right. 2016, the Golden State Warriors NBA record-winning home run ended at 54 games with 109-106 defeat to the Boston Celtics. The loss at Oracle Arena was the Warriors' first since January 2015. 2016 as well, the 2016 Nagorno-Karabakh conflict began along the Nagorno-Karabakh line of contact. 2017, Chinese leaders announced plans to build a city in Zhejiang, new area 3 times the size of New York. 2019, China announced new laws against fentanyl-related substances to come into effect May 1st. 2019 as well, Japanese government announced the name of a new era, Reiwa, for the next emperor, Crown Prince Naruhito. A major archaeological site announced discovered on a reef in the middle of Lake Titicaca in the Andes, dated 8th and 10th centuries AD, from Tiwanaku State. Methane, a gas usually made by living things, was detected on Mars in 2013 by European Space Agency's Mars Express orbiter, reported in Nature Geoscience. And we have Saudi Arabian oil company Saudi Aramco revealed to be world's most profitable company when its earnings was released, $111.1 billion in the last year. Yeah, and there's no reason for things to be this expensive. They're making an egregious amount of profit. 2019, U.S. online sales overtook retail sales for the first time, with 11.813% online compared to 11.807% for general merchandise stores. 2020, home stretch. U.S. President Donald Trump said the U.S. strategic national stockpile is almost depleted amid widespread shortages of medical equipment due to to fight Kung Flu. Blah, I'm having a stroke. Reading stuff for over an hour. 2020, 7 democracy protesters convicted for unauthorized assembly in Hong Kong, including Martin Lee and Jimmy Lai. Oh, these guys. 2022, Sri Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa declared a nationwide public emergency after a violent protest amid the country's worst economic crisis since independence. 2 years after that, we have an airstrike by Israel on Iranian embassy in Damascus, Syria, killing 7 officials, including 3 senior generals. Most serious attack on Iranian targets since 2020. Florida's population reached 23 million, making it the 3rd most populous state in the U.S. Cool. Houston Astros pitcher Ronald Blanco no-hit Toronto Blue Jays 10-0 at Minute Maid Park in Houston. 2024 as well, 7 aid workers from the World Central Kitchen were killed in an Israeli attack in Deir al-Balah, Gaza, prompting condemnation and an apology from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. But nothing's going to happen to him. 2 articles left. Legendary movie poster artist Drew Struzan in 2025 announced he can no longer paint due to Alzheimer's. Struzan is known for illustrating over 150 movie posters, including Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Blade Runner, and Back to the Future. Wow. Wow. And last but not least, Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey delivered the longest speech in U.S. Senate history, speaking for just over 25 hours, breaking previous record of Strom Thurmond set in 1957. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we actually brought you quite a bit between our two sources, but still only 70%, maybe 80 roughly, depending. But I mean, like, all of this, the past hour and change, you know, like, that's just still just a portion. Please, you know, I implore you, you know, continue your path of self-education, utilize our links, utilize us as a springboard, you know, keep on going out there. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am IOYO. That was the Golden Loon, and of course, you viewer are you. Until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!